everyone.
You know it's 11 o'clock Eastern time here too. I always wonder, like, is it still good morning? Because you've been up for like hours at this point, right? It feels like afternoon a little bit.
10 o'clock always confuses me because I get up so early. I'm not for sure if I should have breakfast or lunch.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm like,
or just wait.
Right. Or just wait till 2 when I'm starving and nearly want to fall on the floor. That's usually what I do.
I definitely do that. So I'm gonna. Oh, Derek, can we cover you up?
I am QR coded over.
Let's find a different way to manage this. Oh, we don't want that either. We don't want that either.
Okay, now I'm getting seasick.
I'll put Derek over there.
Oh, gee, thanks. No, put you there. You're the host.
There we go.
Oh my. I feel like here's the story of a lovely lady.
Oh my gosh, the Brady Bunch. Well, I'll move it down and I'll pop it back up in a little bit, but I just want people to be able to see it up front if anybody wants to go ahead and scan it. So if people are not familiar with it right now, they can scan it, see the website, and then as we talk through it a little bit, they kind of have an idea of what we're talking about, really.
Derek built my website too. It's so pretty.
Yes, the website is beautiful. We'll give everybody a few more minutes, but really we're talking about Krista, you were just talking about 100 and something degree temperatures, and we're talking about holiday time right now.
Yeah. Like
when do you start decorating holiday in your salons?
We'll start September 1st. So we get our first shipment of holiday. Like we kind of have a 30, 60, 90-day plan for holiday. We definitely start in September, and it gets everybody in the spirit or in the idea of it. Mm-hmm. We try to kick it off early too. That way, if we need to reorder or do anything like that, we can. But I just placed, I think, a $28,000 order for our holiday stuff. It was such great promotions and great setups that are going to be great for our clients that I couldn't resist it. I was like, okay, I'll take these. And then really kind of setting like goals for the team of what we needed to do, breaking it down so small that it wasn't terrifying when you think of $28,000 worth of retail for holiday. I was like, that's 70 bottles from now till the end of the year is all that each one of my teammates has to do for us to do $493,000. No, I'm sorry, $473,000 in retail by the end of the year.
Yeah, when you break it down small enough, it's fine.
But you know what's so crazy is sometimes we shoot so low because we really aren't immersed into our numbers that we shoot way low, like way low.
Mm-hmm.
I think for the longest time, we just shot for 100,000. Like that's just what we wanted in order to feel like we were winning. And I'm like, oh, wow, if the salon's capable of 1.8 million, then we should for sure at least do 500,000 in retail, if not more.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think that's where big words like care factor and things like that, how you show up for your guests makes it really, really different. How the team shows up for each other, all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, especially now too, because holiday prep starts so much like every year. It feels like it starts a week earlier every year, and we try to like hold it off a little bit, but it's here. So once you start getting those kits and things into your salon, you better just start selling them.
Yep, you better sell or be sold is the way I kind of see it. Like we set everything up to where it looks like a literal retail space in here. Like we're retail anyway, but it looks like Target, Ulta, whatever, is out there because that's what they do. There's end caps, there's disruptors, there's all that kind of stuff that gets you interested and in the mood. You see the deals. If you get that into someone's mind much earlier, I would much rather them support our small business and the hair care that we offer, or any salon for that. Why would you want your guests to leave and go purchase something somewhere else? Like why? You want them purchasing from you, supporting you.
Yeah. So we got the QR code up here. Well, good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. So I'm with Derek from Salon Ninja and Krista from Girl Fridays, and she's also in her salon, so that's what we're talking about here. So the QR code is up there if you want to scan that and learn more about what we're talking about today. So we're talking about utilizing the 3 tools that we have here, Rosie Salon Software, Salon Ninja, and Girl Fridays together to helping you get through the holiday season successfully and not like struggling through it. We know, unless this is your very first year in the salon, very first holiday in the salon, you know exactly what's coming. And what we just talked about, like it seems to come a little bit earlier every year. So there's no better time to get ahead of it than right now while it is still hot and you're enjoying your summertime and whatnot. But the planning is probably one of the most critical pieces of having a successful holiday season where, like I said the other day, you're not like laying on the floor at the end of your shift or whatnot, because it's just like so overwhelming, right? Everybody or a lot of people have been there and it's like exhausting. And so with these 3 tools that we have can really help you within your salon to have a smooth holiday season, a very successful holiday season, generate a lot of revenue within your business, but without feeling overwhelmed or just having like the chaos that you may, envision with a holiday season, which is how busy it is. So if you want to scan the QR code, you can scan that, and then I'm gonna hide it for a few minutes so we can, because it's kind of taken over that screen.
I feel like I want to try that.
Oh, yes, please. I did test it.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Neat.
So you can.
It's always a good idea to check. I went to the PA show and I had these big banners made, and the banner company screwed up and the QR code didn't work.
Oh,
I was
no.
like, oh, well, I guess I should have checked that at the banner store, right?
Oh,
We put our QR code on our business cards just recently because I wanted to do away with business cards, and the girls were like, no. I wanted to just have a QR code that we handed out and do all that. So now we have our cards with the QR code on it, and pardon me, it was kind of small, so I wondered if it was going to work, and it does. So yay, winning again.
There's so much you can do with QR codes. You can create automations off of them, all types of fun stuff, right?
Yes.
So I have a client that has a whole billboard out on the road with a giant QR code, and as soon as they click on it, it goes into Salon Ninja and sends a whole bunch of automated messages and
That's
booking and all
cool.
that stuff.
So cool.
Awesome. Yeah. So with holiday, we're talking about holiday season and where do we want to start? And I think one of the things that starting with is your business hours. People and businesses expand or close certain days within their businesses during these seasons. So that would be one place to definitely start looking out is, are you going to expand any of your hours? Is your team going to expand any time? Are they going to pick up extra days or hours that they might be working? And then just making sure that you share that information with your clients. So if you are changing, you want to make sure you update your website, make sure you update it on anywhere it's listed, Google, your social channels, any of your receipts or emails, your marketing, make sure it's updated on there. But we're talking about how all of these things work together. And so we have Salon Ninja, who is our marketing CRM, our client generation funnels, our contact. We have our virtual assistants through Girl Fridays, which is exactly what I just said, your virtual assistants, right? So they are really going to be there for your salon.
Yeah.
You may still have a receptionist, or you may still have somebody in the salon, and maybe you can revisit what their role looks like, especially going into the season, and being able to utilize the virtual assistant a little bit more so you don't pull people away from your desk. And then you have Rosie, which is going to be obviously your booking system and your point of sale, so your payments. So all 3 of them together, your customers, you're building and you're getting new customers from Salon Ninja. Your virtual assistant is going to be taking those phone calls, sending out your emails, doing all of the things and booking all of those appointments within Rosie. So they all come together. But if you just look, I think, we kind of talked about like a CX, right? So within Girl Fridays, there's a CX person if you want, and they are really your customer experience person. They can do all sorts of different things. But what does it look like when you have a virtual assistant? Like if somebody was a little bit hesitant on having a virtual assistant, how do you make them feel like they are part of the business? Or for your customers, when they call or have that experience with somebody, what does the experience look like for a customer?
So I think for us, and I can use my salon for an example because that's where it all started at, was with how we were doing it in our salon, is we had just a CS, somebody, or CX as you would say, just somebody that strictly deals with customer service. That's the thank you for choosing Invictus Salons. We're so happy to have you. What services would you like to receive? And then they're able to look on their other tab and see the Rosie screen, see what their last visits were, kind of, ask the client if the client is unfor sure and make those appointments in those designated times, double checking with the stylist as needed to make sure that everything's coinciding perfectly. And then, of course, with Salon Ninja helping navigate all of that kind of stuff, it just tied everything together really well. And for me, I just didn't really want it in salon anymore. Now, we work with a lot of salons that we're backup support to their customer service experience so that the customer service team gets to love on who is in the salon more instead of trying to love who's on the phone while they're loving on the person that's in the salon. So it changes the care factor, right? And whenever we're working with that, then the customer service rep is on the back end loving the guest through the phone. So it's making a lot of sense and making things easier and making the front end support, like the faces in the house, get to spend more quality time. And then the back end stuff we're handling so everyone is getting the same amount of attention. Something that's been on my mind since I just got back from a training was like, what's your care factor for your team? What's your care factor for your clients? And what's your care factor for everyone within the business? And I'm like, oh, wow, there's so many different multitudes of where that looks like. How can I give the same experience even to the person on the phone when I've got someone standing right in front of me and so much going on? So it really sealed the deal for me on what it looked like to have a guest experience on a phone and then a guest experience face to face. And then some of us have, like I have an executive assistant, and the executive assistant actually tracks all the numbers, and they're like somebody that's more fluent with HR, someone that's more fluent with maybe QuickBooks and different things like that, who can kind of serve as my administrative assistant in the salon, which allows me to spend time in the areas that I do best. Like I'm no longer making, I don't know if you guys have ever heard like leaf decisions, branch decisions, trunk decisions. I'm making only root decisions because my EA is doing the rest of it for me. And she gets with me of the evening and is like, hey, here's the documents I typed up today. Her name is Randa. She is fantabulous. I love the fact that I get the freedom because I'm one of those stylists who loves being behind the chair. I really love being behind the chair. So with the Girl Fridays team taking care of all of that, when I'm right here, I'm present in every second of being right here with my guest instead of having to play a lot of different roles. Then when I'm not in the salon, which is Monday, Tuesday, half of the day on Wednesday, I'm working on my business. So I get to spend equal time in both places. And I feel like that's really helping me be more productive, like more efficient in all areas.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looks like for me.
So I'd like to speak to that a little bit. So about 20 years ago, my wife and I went to visit a couple of salons, trying to find some models for ours. And there were two big salons here in New Jersey that kind of, we'll call them, everybody looked at and said, oh my God, I wish I could run my salon like that. One of them was a whole shopping plaza. That's how big it was. And one of the things that was unique at that time that she did was she had a call center downstairs, so you could not hear the phones. The guest services team, she called them concierges, would walk around, mingle with the guests, take appointments, write them down, put them in the system. Everything was done quietly, relaxing, great atmosphere. And I was like, wow, I wish I had the money to have my own call center, right? Because she had 2 or 3 people. That's how big it was downstairs on the phones all day while they were ringing. Technology's come a long way. So with our system, we're able to automate that along with Girl Fridays and take that off the plate of the owners and the guest services team. Super important. The other salon I was talking about had something similar. They had a call center and they actually had a restaurant in the salon that they would serve lobster and stuff to their guests. Now, this was in the Short Hills area of New Jersey at the time, which was a very, very wealthy area. And I just looked at those models and said, wow, where did we lose it? Where did we become so busy at the front desk that we can't give the service that the clients deserve? And that's what it comes down to. Now with technology and Krista's team over at Girl Fridays, we're able to get over that hurdle, not only with the combination, but also you're saving money at the same time while you're making money. So you're doing 2 things that usually we'll call the front desk in most salons, and I'm not trying to hurt anybody here. They call it the black pit. right? It's a non-income producing spot where it should be an income producing spot. Why is it non-income? Because they're too wrapped up in answering phones, doing 5 tasks at once. And now with minimum wage laws and all those other things, you're probably looking at $45,000 for a desk person,
Mm-hmm.
right?
That's exactly what the average
You
is.
can have 3 VAs for less than that who are actually closing leads, closing sales, making sure the appointments are booked, while you might have that one guest concierge who's fabulous with the clients, walking around, taking appointments in-house, speaking with the clients, doing what should be done in the salon, giving the guest that ultimate experience, because guests pay for experience. They don't pay for a haircut. That it's simple as that. Get it over your head, out of your head. Everybody that's charging $300 for a haircut, because I guarantee you there's somebody doing that same haircut for $80 that's just as good, but they're busier because they are having a better guest experience.
The guest experience is everything. I will tell you, I know someone that I'm just shocked that people stay in this person's chair, right? But the guest experience in that chair is so amazing. All the stuff that it's an okay haircut. And it's everything. How you treat the person when they're with you, whether they want a full experience, like please talk to me through the whole experience, or hey, don't talk to me through the whole experience, I just need my time. I think that's something we're going to implement this year, is like, how do you want your experience? Like, do you want it to be silent? Would you like to just come here to relax, or do you want me to initiate conversation and be very conversational with you? Like, what does that look like?
But most owners don't have that opportunity because there's so much chaos going around, especially during the holidays, right? Because it's pandemonium during the holidays. We always see that picture of the stylist laying on the floor with empty bottles of wine after the holidays, right?
Wait, that's just the holidays? No, I'm kidding. Wait, that's not normal.
But in reality, it's the truth. We're in the salon business. If you're a busy salon, you're always playing catch up. You're putting out fires for the chaos. When you have a VA team and technology automating the other side, you can be proactive better than reactive.
Yeah, we're able to stay on top of so much more things with Salon Ninja. Like, it has just, number one, I'm able to quality control everything, because I can go back and look at every message, every phone call, everything that's happened in my salon, and catch myself up to speed, rather than having to call someone, do this, go find this, like, it's just right there for me. So why wouldn't I want to spend less time playing telephone and more time just getting the facts out there? I can see everything, how it went down. And then I'm able to, if I need to be at the root of the decision and be like, all right, I'm going to call back, then I'm able to say, well, I've listened to the message, I've seen the phone call, all of those type of things, and I'd offer a solution, right? Or if I see great teamwork happening, I'm also able to be like, wow, that was an amazing guest experience that someone got through text. If I hear a call that's amazing, I'm able to go in and coach to all of those things, which brings me to being a better leader for both teams, the in-salon team and the other team as well, the guest relations team. So I don't know, the opportunities are endless, the things that we've done. I'm super excited about holiday, because we took on something not too long ago, is at the end of the day, we would send a picture of all of the products that we had set up for our guests. And if they didn't take it home with them, we offered them the opportunity to come back and get it at just a little bit of a discount, right? Like, so we discounted it for them to come back and get the products if they noticed they couldn't do their hair at home the same way. Well, I think what I'm going to do is automate a gift card, and I don't know if automate is the right word. I better ask Derek before I open my mouth and say something wrong, but I'm going to make it to where we have an email that goes out showing all of our holiday options. And then if they want to order one, they can press whatever deal it is that they want us to reserve for them. So I'm getting my head wrapped around all of that, of what it's going to look like. Talk to Derek. Let's see how it's going to look, and pre-sell my holiday in September. That way I know in October what I need to reorder, and I can plan a little bit more efficiently, because I did order enough to get me hopefully through holiday. But if in the rare, like, we just sold it all out, which I hope that we do, then I'm able to reorder. I just think you have to work smarter, not harder. And also getting the team wrapped around the idea of letting our guest relations team take care of a lot of that for us through automated stuff, sending them the things, asking if they would like to reserve. Is there someone else in your family that you would like to reserve a gift for? We need to be the retail center, right? If not, there's other companies out there. I won't name any names because I'm super passionate about this. And we all know that when a hairstylist says passionate, we're about to get angry. So I want to make sure that people aren't going other places and purchasing things when they can purchase right here from our team and help us generate more income, help us have the things that we want. There's no reason why hair salons shouldn't be able to afford and have the things that they want, such as benefits and different things. If we generate more retail, we can have all of those things. Why do you think all of the other companies have it? It's because they're large and they're selling every day. They're selling every day. But whether you want to call it care factor, guest experience, all of those kind of things, take home, it's all a sell. And we just have to wrap ourselves around the idea of it.
Yeah,
I
and
want
if
to go
you're-
back to your care factor for a second, because I think that I love that you say that, first of all, because it's just a great, and people do go somewhere for an experience. But I want to go back to like how this is generating your business with all three of these together from the beginning, because we're kind of talking about that experience, and not just that in salon experience when you have to stop and answer the phone or book an appointment, but like that experience starts before they even come into your salon. And we know during holiday time, there's more people going in to get new services that they've never done before. Maybe they're trying out a new location. So you may be having a lot of new clients coming into your business. And that starts with what does your website look like? What does your social media look like? What does your team look like? And with Salon Ninja, you have a lot of those options, right? So you can help design your website. You're generating new leads. And when a new lead comes in, Derek, we were kind of talking like these are your opportunities is what it's called, right? So somebody goes to your website or find your business somewhere, and it actually goes to your virtual assistant who can access that list of opportunities and can either reach out to that person, call somebody, can set them up on a marketing campaign, some way put in some efforts to try to drive that new lead into your business, potentially for the first time. Right?
So Lori, I know we talked about this, I guess, last week, and this is important to understand because I pulled the data from all of our salons. The salons that are using automations to close new leads, new opportunities, are only closing roughly 10, in some cases 20%. Salons that are using the virtual assistants or somebody even at their own salon, because you know some people may do that, are closing upwards of 50% of those new leads coming in, getting them in the chair. That's a big statistic.
Mm-hmm.
So just so everybody understands the process here and why all three of us are here today. Rosie is fantastic booking platform, fantastic point of sale system. We're able, through our integration, to pull the data out of that system. So if you had somebody and you wanted to run a holiday campaign, you could say, give me everybody who had X service and hasn't had X service. And Salon Ninja can then run an automated campaign to them. As soon as somebody touches one of those campaigns, jumps over to Girl Fridays, the virtual assistant gets on and closes that lead for you and does a sale. So what I was saying earlier is don't think of virtual assistants as only phones. Yes, that's important because it's the worst thing in the world is hearing the phones ring in the salon, especially when you have a bunch of people standing at the front desk. Okay. Yes, they can do that. But more importantly, they can do all that follow-up that, I hate to say it, a lot of salon employees are afraid to do. Get on the phone and close that sale, right? They hate that word sale. But guess what? Sale is what keeps your business alive.
The day you named your salon, you sold yourself on the idea of that was what the salon was going to be called. So you're always, I learned this from a very good friend of mine. You're always being sold. You're either selling yourself on the idea of something can or cannot happen. And you hear a lot of time a stylist say, I can't sell. Well, you just sold me on the idea that you can't sell. So you can sell. You just need to change your mind frame around it.
Well, for those teams that don't, the virtual assistants can step in and help you with that.
And make it easier. Like, it's so easy for some of them to, like I said, we're taking pictures of our lineup sending it to our VA and saying, hey, would you send this out to Sherry? When she left today, she left with shampoo, a conditioner, and one styler. I really feel like after she styles a couple of times, she's going to wish she had the remaining 3. So let's offer her a come back in and pick this up. Or heck, on Mondays, if the team wants to go out and deliver it, they can go out and deliver it and have fun and do some team building that way. Think about the possibilities of everyone going out this Christmas on a Monday when we're not in the salon, delivering stuff to people's house. What kind of experience is that? That is an experience in itself. Wear your Santa hat, go out and be customer service. Like, it can be done. Like, it's just, we have to get creative now because everything is so at your door like this. With Salon Ninja, with Girl Fridays, we're keeping us in your pocket at all times and in the customer's pocket. Like, not that way, but like just being able to be right there for them all the time.
And,
So how do we train the virtual assistant? So if people have questions on like, what does that look like? Because they're not there in the salon, and you want your guests to feel like this virtual assistant is somebody that works for your business, that is there even though they're actually not on site. How do you train these people to know and understand your business, and so that their verbiage is your brand, so it looks and feels like when you're talking to this person, they know what business they're working for?
So we're always tweaking and bettering that. One of the things that we have done is created a tell us about your business. How would you like your greeting to sound? What would you like? We ask the salon owners for all of that, and then we start putting that verbiage in. So there is a little bit of work that needs to be done. There's about 4 calls that we're going to do with you, checking in, test calls back and forth with your VA to see if you like the way it sounds, if looking and making sure you like the way the automations look, all of that kind of stuff. So we're inputting everything from Salon Ninja for our service and making it all fit together before we even release your VA with you. We have a couple of calls doing that. And then, of course, we create a little group chat to where everyone can chat together. And if there is any challenges, we're able to solve them. So you always have your Girl Friday specialist, your onboarding specialist with you in that chat. So it's the VA, the onboarding specialist, and then the salon team and whoever they designate, to where we can have conversations, right? And so that's all within the platform as well. Noisy is what we recommend for that. We like to see people using that because it keeps it all in one group. You don't have to have a million different screens open and working. But and then they go for a 2-week training to where we teach them how to automate everything. We teach them Salon Ninja. We teach them Girl Fridays best practices. And we really kind of fine tune ourselves to your business and to your software and to all of that kind of stuff, and just get them really acclimated. And then I would say we have a 30, 60, and 90-day plan after that of touching base with everyone. One of our trainers touches base with VAs. The other one touches base with salon owners, and then they meet together with the VA and we hone everything else in. So I will say that our training keeps getting better and better and better. You don't know what you don't know. So as we go through this, people are going through it with us, but it's no different than if you were training someone in your salon. You would spend 30, 60, 90 days trying to get them where you need them to be. So no one's perfect. Everyone has room to grow, and so do we. So we're always growing with you. And a lot of salon owners have taught us some really cool stuff that I'm like, hey, do you care if we implement that into our onboarding? I love that. And they're like, yeah, absolutely. So having that network within Ninja and Girl Fridays as well, and Rosie, of course, like, we're just building this monster service with the trifecta of the 3 of us. It's like The Legend of Zelda. You have the Triforce.
keep in mind, I'd love to
like
speak to
video
that
games.
because a lot of VA services, and I'm not bashing them, they're basically call answering centers, right? And they call them VAs, okay? They're in multiple industries. They're answering phones, trying to book appointments. This is different. This is salon specific. They're trained within salons. They're trained on salon software on Rosie. They're trained on Salon Ninja. They know the salon lingo. You're assigned one specific VA. You can hire multiple ones, but they all work at the same time. So you're not getting some random person on the phone that they call a VA. right? It is literally just like your employee working side by side, except technology is allowing us to do it remotely.
The funniest thing I've ever had happen is one of my guests, and she's also a friend of mine. She said, "I'd rather talk to Lexi than you." And I was like, "What?" And she was like, "When I text you, you don't respond to me." Well, of course, I'm on off time. Like, I would like to have time off as well. She's like, "But Lexi always responds to me. She's so fun to talk to. She's so sweet. She's so professional." She was like, "I'd rather have you do my hair and talk to Lexi any day of the week." And that cracks me up. So that just tells you the level of customer service that you're getting from this team is unheard of. And then sometimes when they walk into the salon, they'll be like, "Well, where's Derek? I thought I'd get to meet Derek." And I'm like, "He's a long way away." But I love it that they feel that way. And a lot of our salon owners will message us and be like, "Can I do something nice for my VA?" And I'm like, "Absolutely. What would you like to do?" And they tell me, and we make it happen. Like maybe it's they're sending a little bonus to their VA. For me, when I started with VAs, I introduced them on my Facebook page. "Welcome to the guest relations team. This is our guest relations team," and did it just like they were right there in house. And it kind of took that pressure off. My team personally, and I know a lot of the rest of the users as well, are like, they're so integrated with our team. We'd be lost without them. I would be so lost without my guest relations team. I could never do it without. Like I couldn't. I'm like, no, thank you.
So as far as talking too, because people think that may be a hurdle, it's not a hurdle, because when Krista came to us to help develop her platform, we built internal chat into Salon Ninja. So it's live chat back and forth, just like we're sitting here chatting right now. It's available right inside of Salon Ninja for the salon team. Now, we also have all those other tools to communicate. So we like to call omni-channel communication inside of Salon Ninja. Every single one of your platforms goes into Salon Ninja in our communications tab. Facebook, Instagram, Google My Business, telephone calls, text messages, emails. They're all in one spot, and you can answer them all from there. So you don't have to jump around.
And it's the virtual assistant that's answering those, that can see all the messages and do all that. So it's eliminating that from either a manager or a receptionist who may be doing that today.
Or maybe schedule out your social media, right?
Yeah.
You can do that.
I don't do any of my social media. Guest relations team does it. And you can even send them like what your mood board looks like for your business, so that they get acclimated to what your business feels like on the inside, what the salon looks like. You can send them the color palette. They nail it every time.
And we just built AI into Ninja. So the artificial intelligence, the VAs will ask it a question to help them build and phrase things out, rephrase it for your specific brand, and get it out. So, technology is allowing us to do a lot. But the icing on the cake is the personal communication. I tell this with sales all the time. Everybody thinks you can do sales by automation. Yes, you can. But you're going to go from 10 to 20% up to 50% by picking up a phone and actually having a human interaction, because us as people, we want to interact with other people for the most part.
Can we talk about too where, I want to switch gears just a minute, because when you think about, or I think about holiday time in the salon, the most congestion always happens at the front desk.
Mm-hmm.
You have new people checking in, or just clients, checking in, and you have clients trying to check out, and you may have one or maybe two receptionists there. And so trying to eliminate some of those steps. And I think one of the biggest things that helps, Derek, is through Salon Ninja is the forms. Right? So if you're a salon owner and you have intake forms or consultation forms or consent forms or permission forms or waivers or anything like that people are looking at, reviewing, signing, with Salon Ninja, you can have those forms digitally so that they can send those or sign those, and then
so we put them right inside the emails that go out from Rosie with the confirmations for the appointment, right? Boom, done. Please fill this out before you visit the salon. Then it'll send the form in. It'll notify the team that the form was filled out. If it wasn't filled out, it's going to send a reminder to the client and the team. This form still needs to be done. So when they come in, you may have that form on an iPad at the station, and they fill it while they're sitting there. You can. That stuff is so easy now with the stuff available technology wise. It's just unbelievable.
And
The
it's just one thing.
time saving is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So,
And it's
but
just one
again,
piece
the trifecta of all three platforms, it's an amazing combination for somebody looking to not only make more money in their salon, but save money and have their guest services team better utilized.
Yeah. We did all iPads in our salon because
That's what I was going to ask you about checking out, because somebody's going to be wondering, like, we don't have a receptionist, how are people checking out? And so, Krista, maybe you can just speak to how you're doing it in your businesses.
So I'm going to grab this iPad real quick. Hold on.
So, and I can say something quick while she's doing that. Krista's been showing a lot of salons lately how to go deskless. And their guest services team may walk around, just one person, just like when you walk into a restaurant, right? At a podium, walking you around, giving you the service, the experience, and the checkout, and all those tiresome things are done in other spots.
So most every one of us has our own one of this. I work with an assistant, so my assistant keeps track of this all day long. Like, this is our lifeline. It has my salon scale on it. It has everything on there. It has Lead Connect, so she can look at conversations coming through and manage any conversations.
So Lead Connect is our communications platform, if anybody doesn't know.
Thank you. So everything is right here. Rosie pays on this, so when we're checking out, we do card on file. It was just easier for us, and that's what we love. That's what we do. So it's all here. So when I'm at my station, I line up my products. I talk to my guests about it. I go through, the finalizing of everything. And then I hand it over to Ashlyn, and Ashlyn is checking the guest out for me while I'm going to love on the other guest and start a color service somewhere else. That way the front is not this bottleneck, because the front gives me anxiety. If there's too many people up there, I feel like nobody's getting good customer service. And I personally feel like when people take their cape off, they're done for the day. They're ready to go. So we've also seen an increase in sales by having them stay at the chair and making the next appointments. Sometimes if I'm in a real jam, let's say, I will say, hey, I'm going to use Connie, for example, because she likes doing it. I'll say, Connie, will you text Lexi? And because she has the ability to from her phone, right? And will you text Lexi and go ahead and make your next 3 appointments for me? And she's like, yeah, I love talking to Lexi. So she goes in and she starts texting. Meanwhile, we're doing checkout, maybe on a couple other guests and getting things going. Or maybe that's just how she prefers to communicate, because it's her downtime, right? Like, so she said in there, oh, I already texted Lexi and made my next 3 appointments. Thank you so much for doing that. Pressure's off me. Or if it's me checking out and doing one, because I do several chairs at one time, I'm able to meet all the needs of every guest by giving options. I have more than one option. It's not that every guest has to go to the front desk. It's not that every guest has to be rebooked from the iPad. It's I have options. Connie, please go ahead and rebook with Lexi right now. Christy, another guest, hey, Ashlyn's going to go ahead and rebook you. She's going to get your next 3 appointments rebooked and go ahead and check you out today. It's all done right here. Maybe I'm at the next station and I have an iPad and I'm finishing up. Like, everything's getting finalized, and we have enough assistants in the salon that it's able to happen. Now, let's say, because this is what I hear a lot, well, what if we don't work with assistants? That's fine too. You have the ability to hand the iPad to the guest and say, log into your Rosie portal and go ahead and make your next appointment, or text our guest relations team and have them book for you. There's so many options that I'm never at a stop or a roadblock where there would be a
Krista,
problem.
what's your rebooking rate, Krista?
Mine's like 98% for me. Like, all of my guests stay rebooked.
Off the
I
chart.
book out for a year because my schedule is that way. Like, this sounds kind of ugly when I say it. I don't mean it to sound ugly, but it's just the truth of the matter. I need guests that are going to rebook with me because I have limited space on my books to accept new clients. So if the guest can't rebook, then I will say, if you choose not to rebook your appointment, you might need to see another guest or another stylist in my salon. Because right now I'm only booking with people that rebook 3 or more appointments with me. It's just the way I have to operate. Like, it works best for me. I travel and I teach a lot, so my schedule is very limited to what I can do. And I'm asking for the commitment because that's the type of guest I want in my chair. No harm, no foul for me asking what I want in my chair. For my girls that are building a book, I absolutely know that if so-and-so is not a rebooker, then hey, when you can't see me, please see Ashlyn or Emily or Maddie or whoever. These, this is the opportunity. I'm watching my sales go up tremendously when it comes to my care factor, just because also, like we were talking about, getting through the holidays, if you know what your bottle count is or what you need to sell to make goal, don't come in hot at the end of the year. Start looking at it from the beginning of the year, how you need to grow all the way through. Sometimes I'm human too. I know what I need to do and I fall short. So right now I know what I need to finish my year out with, which is 70 bottles from all 12 of us to hit 473,000 in retail. Guys, we've never reached that before. Never. But I'm so excited because now I know, and I only need 52 more bottles now.
And when you talk about though that care factor, that knowing what you like, knowing your numbers and knowing what you need to hit is amazing. And more people should definitely follow and know their business, right? But you're not reducing that opportunity for sale by being deskless. And some people have that fear too of like, how do I sell it? But you're
creating more.
Yeah, and you're in control of it, and you are making the sale, you're making the rebook, your retention is going up by doing it. And it doesn't take any more time during that service. It's not putting you behind for your day. You're in control of your time and you're scheduling them or you're rebooking them while they're
you just said something really unique there. It's not taking any more time. It's not taking any more time because of the technology we're putting in place between 3 platforms, right?
Yeah.
Before somebody comes into the salon, it's Krista's salon, they've already done their virtual consultation inside of Salon Ninja, and somebody's been talking to them. So you know what you're up against. So you basically took 10 minutes of consultation off the table because you're already ready to go, right? Now You use that 10 minutes for the checkout. You haven't spent any more time. You've given the guest a better experience, and it makes your life less chaotic for sure. And that, I don't know about the two of you. Now that I'm getting older, I hate putting out fires. It drives me bananas. I like pre-planning everything.
Yep. Well, and I think something too that's like huge is for me now with the guest consultation being in place, like I've already got those pictures, just like you said, when a client comes in the door, I can be, hello, you must be Lori. I'm really excited to see you. I've already reviewed your guest consultation. So I'm going to give you a couple of options of things that we could do based off of what your beauty investment is today. And you can choose which one best suits you. Wow, what an added value that someone actually did homework on you. Rather than hoping in the 10 minutes that I might be doing a consultation with you that I nail it, I did my homework on you. So now I need to ask some very specific questions. What's your budget for this visit today? Or what's your investment, whichever word you want to use, fine by me, use what you want. And which one of these suits you best? And now let me ask you a few more questions, and then I'm able to get started on the service. So there's no more guessing games for me. There's no more wish I would have had 2 consultations booked here so that we could have got through that 30 minutes earlier. Or just maybe, oh, you failed to tell me there was box color on your hair, or you failed to tell, or I failed to ask. Like I'm hitting the high points sooner and getting through the visit quicker. My timing, I'm hardly ever running on like behind anymore. I always am on time. I didn't run off time a lot other than the bottlenecking that I was talking about during the checkout process. And so now that's easy peasy. See you later. Love ya. Can't wait to love on you in 4 to 6 weeks.
And you're eliminating those people who book for a single process and it's a color correction.
Yes.
Right?
People want to know what to expect, right? Whether it's the service provider or the client, they want to know what to expect. And I think for the client's perspective, we're talking about care factor and their experience during the holiday season when they're coming to you, is they want to know, and they will know what to expect by getting their email or text message itinerary and notifications and all that that's going out. By getting their digital forms, they're reading that ahead of time. They are, your expectations as
their commitment is there,
are in there. Their commitment is there. They know where to park. They know how early to be there. They know not to wash their hair before a service. They know all of the things that you need them to know ahead of time. So when they walk into the salon, whether they're a first time client or not, they have a better understanding of how long they're going to be there, what service they're coming in for, who they're coming in to see, when they could potentially be leaving the salon. So they have better understanding. And Krista, you said this earlier too, is that you don't want your team to miss out on any of their own holidays, parties, gatherings, anything.
Nope.
Because they're running late on a client also. So by having all of these things in place ahead of time is just being proactive with it and making sure that your team is having a great day and they're not running all the way behind, and that your clients are running on schedule. So I think that when we talk about this for any salon company that could potentially be using this, just think to yourself, if you're a business that is either running behind or it has any sort of paper forms, intake forms, if you just want to have more of a smooth transaction or transition between checking in, receiving a service, processing time, checking out, retail sales, all of those things. The reason that we're talking about this right now is so that we can help anybody that wants to get ahead of it. So you have time to set up all of the automations that you have within your software. All of the software has them. You have to go through, and this might be a really great time to revisit those features in your software to see what maybe it's time to turn on, what you need to adjust, maybe anything that is specific for holiday, to learn what Salon Ninja can do for you with setting up your lead generation and setting up your intake forms and your consultations, and then training and giving that 2 to 3 week time to get your virtual assistant trained and learning your brand and your business, so they all come together full circle, and you will feel so much more relief come November 1st when all of those appointments start rolling in.
Mhm.
Well, I think something exciting too. Derek, can I talk about answering phones?
Yeah, so we have a brand new feature. She can go over it.
No, you can do it.
No, you do it. You do it. You're excited about it.
So I have been wanting to be able to take the phone calls, right? Like we could actually pick it up, and Derek made it happen. So we can now answer phone calls. We are not just texting. If you want your VA to be a backup, actually answering the phone call, they can do that. Or we can automate and try to do everything until we need to make that phone call, but we can answer and call back now. And I am over the moon excited about it. I have about 6 salons in beta test right now, just making sure we have it smooth.
And there's no additional charges. So basically what we did is we built a call center into the software where it pops up on the desktop, the phone calls coming in, who it is, what their phone number is, all of that stuff. And the VAs can actually answer it with a headset and microphone and talk back and forth. The hurdle we were trying to get over was having employees in different countries without it being a cost. We've been able to eliminate that. There is no cost to it. So now they can, just as if we were here chatting with each other, it's the same thing. So
I feel like Derek's my genie. If I ask, most of the time I receive. I love that. I love it whenever I'm like, Derek, I want, and he's like, all right, let's see if we can build it. And I'm like, oh my God.
Careful, Derek's going to get a lot of requests now.
Yeah, it's exciting. So we're really excited about that. The virtual.
Thanks, Krista.
Sorry.
Oh, man.
It's been really fun. I really enjoy working with Derek. We work really well together. I have always enjoyed working with Rosie. We all work so good together. Salon Scale, all of the people that are, involved in making this so awesome. And I can't thank everybody enough for supporting us and giving us a shot that has tried and, recognizes it's still a small company. We're still growing. And as long as you're super willing to work with us, we're super willing to work with you and come across everything we can together and just kill this. I want it to be something that lives way beyond my time. When I'm dead and gone, I want this company to still be alive and thriving because I care so much about the people involved in it. I've really made some great relationships with my teams in the Philippines and everybody that we're using in other countries. And I'm so grateful for them. I'm so grateful for their level of customer service that they find so important. That's something they do so well. And I'm grateful for, Derek and all of you guys at Rosie that just support us. Thank you. Thank you for supporting and believing in us.
Well said. Yes. I think
I'm gonna cry.
I put
Stop.
the QR code back up here too. So if anybody's interested in checking that out, you can click on or scan the QR code. It'll take you to the Girl Fridays website. There's a chat box on there, so you can chat with somebody if you have some questions, or you can schedule a call if you want to do a demo and kind of see how this will help you in your business. But really, again, we're talking about holiday time. It's really good year round. All of these things can help you grow and streamline your business. So maybe you're a salon owner that's not behind the chair, but maybe wants to step out from the salon a little bit more and have a little bit more freedom from your business. Sometimes you kind of feel confined to being there or being by the phone all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Some of that freedom from that, so you can go out and enjoy your own holiday parties. Or right now it's still summertime, so you can still go to the beach and enjoy your own freedom and your own time without your phone getting blown up from clients or your team. So scan the code. You can even just ask, like, maybe do a consultation and just kind of seeing how does this work for your business, because we know that every business is different, and maybe areas that you're thriving in, maybe there's somewhere that one of these services could help you build that up. But we really want to be able to help you have a very successful holiday season. So looking into the future, what that looks like for you guys and doing your own goal setting, like Krista was talking about. Where do you guys want to hit with your revenue? How many new customers are you looking to have in? Are you trying to eliminate your front desk and go as a deskless solution? This would be that perfect answer for you, and how to make that all work seamlessly. And then just again, what Krista said is keeping the care factor, because I love that, is what does that care factor look like in your business in all areas, because you could rate your areas and where maybe you have improvement opportunities and where you're doing really well at. So definitely scan the QR code and do a consultation and see with either Derek or Krista and team how these services together can work for your business.
Thank you, Lori.
Thank you so much.
Nailed it.
Anything else you guys think of?
That is it. I
I
look
was
forward to
gonna say
talking
one
to a
more
lot of
thing.
people through Krista.
I was thinking about like new businesses as well. I know a lot of people starting new businesses right now, like as we've come back out of COVID and all of the ick that was, like people are starting to get the entrepreneurial spirit again. I've been working with a couple of small startup salons that just are wanting to do, like, they've come on with the same product line that I carry, and with me being on an education team, like it's like exciting to help them and watch them grow. But I think something that could be really good is if you're not super good at writing SOPs and doing all that kind of stuff, a VA can be really good in that aspect as well. Like mine, Randa, she does all of the inventory update, all of the new processes. Anytime we're onboarding, Randa onboards now. So she works them through all of the video trainings and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm super hands off there until that stylist actually steps foot into the salon for the first time to start working with us. Like she leads them in all of the directions that they need to go before they come. And then onboarding training as well. We're getting ready to move all of our training into the platform itself, into Salon Ninja, where all of our videos that Randa has helped me create, all of our documents, everything is there. So
Yeah, I've got a couple clients that they do their training, their preliminary training on the platform for employees prior to them stepping foot in the salon, and a lot of it's video, right? So they already know what the salon looks like. They know the product lines you carry. They know your color line. They've already met your team. They filled out their W-9s or whatever that is before. All that stuff is already done, and the system will notify you if they've watched the videos, if they filled their forms out. So it tracks everything for you. So you can automate that in the whole system, which is really nice.
Yeah, I'm so excited to do that. I was just kind of waiting until I had it all written the way I want it, but Randa takes care of all of that. And now, again, it's less time that I'm spending, more free time for me. I've never, ever got to, in the 14 years that I've been doing hair, 13 of it was spent working my tail end off, which I'll continue to do. But I missed every one of my son's baseball games, every sport he ever played. I never got to be there for it. And if I could change that for my own salon team as I watch them, like we are now at the point where I can say, we're taking a week off for Christmas. I want you to pre-plan around this really good because you don't deserve to miss. And hairstylists do this. This is just who we are, but we don't have to be that. We don't have to give up our lives and our kids growing up and everything to accommodate all this stuff. We can still be accommodating, set boundaries, and have a good work-life balance, if there ever really is one, I feel like we've been able to do that. And so I'm watching my team be a lot happier, just because of the support we get from our VAs and the things that we have learned to do, like pre-booking that appointment and making sure everything is taken care of. They don't have to answer calls from their guests on the weekend. We have an automation that allows them to step away as well. Like, hey, I don't want y'all answering Facebook messages and all that kind of stuff. Don't do that. Guide them towards our text line and let the VAs take care of it. Please live your life, because it used to be if someone texts me at 11 o'clock at night, I will text you back at 5 a.m. because that's when I wake up. And I don't have to live that life anymore. I'm just able to say, oh, if you don't mind, please text our text line and talk to one of our guest relations specialists. They'll take care of you. You really don't want me for that. Let me do your hair and let everybody else take care of the other stuff. And it's such a blessing, such a blessing.
So it's not really just a support for you as the owner. It also really helps to support your team. So as a salon owner, also look for those ways to help you support your team and give them that freedom and flexibility as well. This is also a really good option.
I can't protect my team from anything that might, let's just say something goes foul, a guest messages you privately. I can't protect them if I don't see it or have access to it. Mm-hmm. So now everything is driven back to Ninja. So if there was a guest, let's say Janelle, I'm going to use Janelle for example. If she's talking to a guest on Lead Connector, I'm able to protect her any way, shape, or form that happens. It's recorded, it's there in writing, it's all there. If she was having a one-off conversation on her own social media platform, I can't protect her. Like, I can't do anything for her. It's, you had a one-off. It was outside of the business. And it might not have been the way we wanted to handle it. So everything's within the business.
Just so everyone knows, Lead Connector is our phone application. So it allows you to, even if it was one of your team members, they have access to it if you allow it, and they can communicate with the guests, and it masks their cell phone. So even if they were to make a call to the guest, it uses our system number through their cell phone. So they can have those conversations. And like Krista said, by having those conversations inside the platform, you're protecting the salon, the employee.
Well, and the consistency.
Your
how
time.
we talk to everyone is consistent.
Yeah.
So like right now, this is my phone, and I'm just going to pull it back up here. I can see everything going through as the day goes by. It's not a distraction for me. I can just kind of see what's happening. It gets a star if it needs my attention. I know that I need to, look back at something, or I might get a message from the VA saying, hey, can you handle this one? I don't have to do it very often because they're so well trained. Some of the conversations are just absolutely stunning when it comes to how we respond to customer service. I can see every email campaign that went out, like everything that's going out I can see it in real time. So it's a security for me of knowing that my business is running just the way we would do it here in Invictus because of the umbrella of how Salon Ninja structures it for us.
So get it done now so you can sit in your beach chair before summer's over and watch your business run from your phone without even doing anything.
Yes. I got to actually enjoy going to the lake this summer because I was able to sit down at the lake and do what I needed to do. I'm mobile now. I don't have to be tied to it. It's amazing.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Krista, for joining and being on here and sharing all of your experience in your business and how you use all of these and how possible and capable everybody is to have this and be able to change their business by using some of these technologies and just embracing them, because a lot of people don't embrace them. So just embrace them, try them out, see how it can work for you. And then you'll see all of the benefits that come from it. So thank you, Derek, for joining and sharing all of this information. And anybody can go ahead and scan the QR code to either get connected, you can chat, or you can schedule a demo.
We'll look forward to your demo calls.
Thanks, everyone.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.